Well, good morning, you guys.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Real Talk with SLR.
How are you guys doing today?
I am doing fantastic. What a great weekend.
Yes.
What a great few days before the weekend.
Yes.
Yeah.
This weekend's been really, really good.
Yeah.
We've been extremely busy the last couple of days.
Yeah, that's true, but well, for good things.
Yep.
For very good things.
And we've been coming and going over to the town and on the road again multiple times. And
Oh my God, it seems like we've been on the road more in the last week or two than we have in the last few months.
yeah, we're preparing ourselves for being stuck in that car for so long, you know?
Yeah, speaking of being stuck in the car for so long, we actually are going to be on the road again today.
Yep.
But I figured you guys didn't want a on the road real talk, and me and Gary wanted to go and get the blood flowing before we get on the road.
Yeah.
So that's why we're going to go on a little walk this morning. Go check some things out.
Go check what all the wind has done over the last couple of days.
I know, it's been really nasty windy. And there's some folks that when we put out our video on Friday, me and Gary, we were talking about the wind and we showed how Gary's garage got broken and stuff. They're like, I don't even see any trees moving. You know, it just so happened to be that one time where there was like a tiny little break in it, but these trees didn't drop themselves and Gary's garage didn't rip itself.
Exactly. I will take the grace, you know, that I get.
When we get it.
When we get it, and when we're putting up a big, huge thing of tarp, you know.
Like right now, does it look windy?
Flapping in the wind.
I don't have a loose enough shirt.
It doesn't, but I mean.
It is.
It is. That little tree's moving.
Yeah.
Up there's moving a bit.
The clouds are booking it.
They are.
They're boogieing on down the road, man. They're getting it.
We're supposed to have a couple of storms blow through this week, so.
Actually, all week long.
All week, yeah.
All week.
Of course, the last week that we're going to be here, and it's going to be a lot of rain. So, I bet when we leave, it's going to be beautiful the whole time we're gone.
And then we come back, and it's going to be another storm.
Exactly. Exactly. That's what I feel like is going to happen.
Well, you know what? God is good all the time. All the time, God is good, and it's okay. It's the way that it's supposed to be, and everything in His timing. So.
Yep.
It'll be all right.
Yeah, we're going to be doing a lot of work this week, though. Yes,
but probably not as what you guys might be hoping for.
No.
We are having to pivot and shimmy a little to the left and to the right. Before we get into that, last week, as you guys know, we went over and we helped Miss Mama V.
Yes.
With all of her roofing, and I don't want to go spilling no super beans or anything, but I'll just say metal is on the building.
Yes.
I won't tell you no color or anything. I know that's for the big debate over there on Possum Run's channel. I won't spill your beans, Mama V.
It's looking really good, though.
It is.
I do got to say that.
It looks amazing,
it's
Gary.
Really, really good.
You guys are awesome. You guys rocked and rolled it for her, and
it was. It's up there. It's up there. But no, it was awesome. It's not fully done yet. I will say that. You know.
Yeah.
But there's it's to a point where, you know, it might get done while we're out on our trip.
Yeah. So
it's new.
Drew and Mike and Gary and Gumby, and then there was the other guy. I forget though. It was my first time meeting him. I'm so sorry. I think his name was Russell.
Russell. Yep. I believe that's what it was.
Yeah. It's one of as far as I know, he's just one of Mama V's friends. And anyway, came over and helped. And the first day that we were over there last week, you know, getting so much progress done, and then it got sleeted out. Randomly, out of nowhere. It started sleeting and hailing and really coming down. And I was like, get off that roof, guys.
Yep.
God's telling us to boogie on home.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it was that was a good day. That was a good time.
Actually, up until that point is already on Possum Run's channel. If you guys want to go ahead and check it out, if you haven't yet, you guys can see all the work that got done up until that point. Yep. But we did go back for a second day, the next day, and that day, metal was going up. It was pretty exciting, man. It was so exciting.
It
makes me excited for our metal on our roof.
Yeah.
And now me and Gary are kind of like, because we haven't decided on our color yet either.
No,
but now me and Gary have definitely opened up those conversations, right? You want to sit down and give them a pretty view of the water?
Yeah, we'll sit down. We'll continue chit-chatting.
But yeah, now Gary and I are just trying to flip-flop and decide what color we want. And, you know, I talked to Gary about like the hunter green, because a lot of cabins, you know, when you think of a cabin in the woods, you think of like the wooden siding, right? Or the logs, and then you think of like a green top. But Gary's against the green.
I am.
So it won't be green.
I don't know. To me, when I'm looking, or what I'm thinking about is just like the heat resistance and the heat escape and the heat reflective and whatever you can think of, like, you know. And I know with solar heaters and everything, those tubes, they're black on the outside because black actually attracts and brings in the most heat, you know, but green actually holds the most heat. Like if you're trying to retain that heat, green will retain it. So that's where I'm looking at it like, I don't know if I want a green roof, and I don't know, you know, and a darker color will be more trying to attract that. So I definitely am thinking more along the lines of like a lighter color. Now, it doesn't need to be white, you know, that will be blinding like no tomorrow up there.
Yeah, it would be super blinding. I don't want to do white because I'm thinking about us in the backyard and how white and blinding just the basement paint is, right? And then when we had the top. And I'm also thinking about Anthony and Roxanne, you know, Roxanne's out there getting it, doing her garden work and stuff and our house is facing her and she'll be like, you know, like, I don't want it to be, I want it to, I don't want it to hurt anybody's eyes.
I want to look into the different types of what kind of paint it is. And if it is like, if I can get a green and a reflective paint, then I might do it, you know, but I don't know, you know, I just know that the color wise, it does attract certain, you know, but gray, I like gray, but I know a lot of people don't like gray.
Well,
you know?
It doesn't matter what other people like. It matters what you like.
Like this color gray wouldn't be that bad.
So,
you know, but
on our way going over to David's, which actually, we'll talk about that again. I'm always like, we'll talk about that in a minute.
Yep.
We went over to David's this weekend. We got to hang out with Tim and we had a great time. But on our way over there, there's a couple of houses that we always admire. There's some pretty houses on the way out there. And there's this one house and it does have kind of like a grayish roof on it. And as we were passing it, and it's metal, and as we were passing it, I pointed out to Gary, I'm like, well, what about that style? And he's all, I think I like that one. And then we passed another one, which is the same style and everything, except it's maybe 2 shades lighter from the other one. And then he pointed that one out. And that one didn't seem to be like,
yeah, no, it didn't. And that's where I'm saying, though, is like, whatever we do, like, I'm going to talk to the manufacturers of it and see what exactly, you know, the type of paint is and everything else like that. Because I'm pretty positive that all the paint is like, almost like Rust-Oleum, you know, where it's like got the galvanized.
Like a matte base or whatever. Yeah. Not shiny kind of a thing.
Or a zinc coated paint, most likely. Yeah. It's probably what they do. But all I know is that, you know, it's going to be a crazy time when we get to that point, but we still have a lot of time to think before we even think about the exact color.
Yep.
You know.
Yep.
It's been going good. We've been super busy though this week.
Yeah, this weekend, so I do have a video. I hate to break it to y'all, but I don't have a video for Simple Life Reclaimed today. I know last week I was pumping them out. I do have some on the back burner. Again, we've been so busy and I haven't had any time to edit, so.
It's been nonstop, go. I feel like.
I will, you know. And I will get to editing tonight though for you guys, so you should get like the weekend's adventures tomorrow on a vlog for you guys. And then we're going to keep on recording all week and I'll start, you know, putting them out there for you. I just haven't had editing time. So as soon as I can knuckle down and get some of that, you guys will start seeing it. But this weekend, Julia went to her trap practice and she did really well.
She did good. She did her photo shoots and whatnot.
Yeah,
and
the team pictures and individual pictures.
So that'll be cool. And then we also took her out yesterday and had her practice. And I told her, basically now I'm like, look, we're going to be trying to come out after school, you know, get your chores done. And then immediately after, we're going to go out there and do 25 and just try to do that, you know, at least this week, because she's not going to be there this Saturday. And I believe this next Saturday is, from what the paper says, it's an optional practice.
It is an
So,
optional practice. So, I mean, technically, she won't be missing any when we do go on our trip
No.
because of spring break, they don't have practice then either.
No.
And so she's not really, this one is an optional one. So,
And then the next week will be an optional one.
and then the week after that, they're going to go back to practice. But the week after that, we should be home. So technically, she's not really missing any.
Nope.
But it's a good idea to get her going on it this week, especially before we leave, because she's going to go like 12 days, 14 days without, you know.
Which I'm going to go see my brother, and that was something that me and my brother did on, you know,
yeah.
a pretty regular basis. So she might still get some practice while we're out there.
Yeah, it just depends. I mean, we're going to have to use Curtis's tools, you know. We're not going to pack up her tool.
No.
So we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see. We'll see. But yeah, this weekend was fantastic. We went and did that with Julia. I went and I had the guys go and get their hairs cut. Why don't you show them your nice haircut?
Yeah, we had a nice day in town after practice.
I usually do all the haircuts for the family members, but with how busy we've been, I was like, let's just go and get you guys both done in and out, 30 minutes instead of, the hour and a half that it would take to do it at my house, because I can do it, but I'm slow.
No.
So.
Well, we went to Waffle House, got some good breakfast.
Mm-hmm.
Me and Abe were already done, and the hair salon place was right there. So we're like, hey.
You just walked around the corner.
You guys hang out. Everything's all taken care of. Finish eating, and we'll see you over there.
Yeah.
Walked on over there with Abe.
Yeah, the kids had fun. We hadn't been able to take the kids out for breakfast in a really long time. It had been months, I think, since we took them out last. So it was nice to be able to spend the day with the kiddos. And then afterwards, Tim with Ridge Life was in town because he went out to, I think it's called Blackberry Smoke. It's a band. I've heard their music through Tim, and he's kind of like introduced me to them, and they freaking rock on. But I never heard of them before Tim. So Tim, thank you for showing me a cool new band. But he and Miss Jen and then Drew and Lindsay, they all went out to a concert out in Fort Smith and had a great time. They were Captain One-Eyeing it. They had a really good time. A little too much fun from what I hear, but never too much, I guess. Not with them. But they had a great time, and they ended up staying over at David's. And then so David was like, well, I know it ain't Friday, but we're firing it up. Let's come on over. So we went over, and the whole Fram Bam was there, and well, just about the whole Fram Bam. Not everybody, but a good chunk of it was over there. And y'all were playing horseshoes and cornhole, and the kids were running around like maniacs on those bikes. We brought the kids as electric bikes, and they were just running around, scooting around here and there and everywhere. It was just so much fun, and that was pretty much our whole day on Saturday.
Yep. And then on Sunday we were, took the kids out swimming, and I messed around with the road, our driveway.
Yeah,
because there was a pretty big dip over there, or I should say was a pretty big dip. So yeah, the kids really wanted to go swimming and everything. We just got finished cleaning up everything around the property and all that. And I was like, well, all right, we can go down to the little culvert over there, and I'll let you guys swim in that creek, because they really wanted to go swimming in the creek.
Yeah, they had a big old fat mud fight, and you know.
They had a good old time down there while I was shoveling away.
Yeah, and they picked some rocks from the riverbed for you, so you could shove it in the hole. Abe was so proud. He came up and said, Mom, I got a rock this big. And that was all you did.
Abe was a trooper, he seen I was over there shoveling and messing around with that, and he came over. He's like, do you want help, Dad? I was like, yeah.
He's a good little helper.
Love some help, buddy. You're like, can you go get me some rocks and fill this hole before I throw some dirt on there? Because if I just throw dirt on there, it's going to be another big hole.
Yeah, our driveway with all the rain and the sleet and the snow and everything right there by our mailbox was beat up because the bus goes up our driveway and drops the kids off in the afternoon. We have to go down to the driveway in the morning, but at the afternoon, they come all the way up and basically give you door service. So we have a very big vehicle every day, right? And then the trash, and then deliveries.
With Biggie, and then deliveries.
It's just the road got beat to hell, and it was, a giant hole.
And we need to call the rock guy.
Yeah,
we need to get him to come out here and drop some more of the 3-inch rock.
All that stuff I don't think is going to happen until we come back from the West Coast.
No, exactly. And that's where that's partly why I did what I did. I was like, let that settle in a little bit, and then we'll see what happens,
Yeah.
We got a couple more hips in there, but we'll see when I can deal with that.
Probably when we come back. Today we're going to have to go to town. Gary's going to get the old snap, crackle, and pop again, and I'm going to get the old snap, crackle, and pop today. My neck feels like somebody took me with a mallet and just kind of pop and compressed everything. So we're going to see how they could work me. Maybe I'll not be such a humpback anymore.
No.
And try to get me the old work over. And unfortunately, while I was at Mama V's house and they were doing all the roofing and stuff like that, my drone took a hard crash landing. And my drone is not completely dead, but like the motor for the gimbal on the inside isn't exactly working, and it's not really usable anymore, to be honest with you.
Nope.
Like it'll still fly and stuff, but the video quality on it, it's all bumpy and shaky because the gimbal thing is broke. However, I do have a warranty on it. So when we're in town today, I think we're going to go mosey on by Best Buy and see if I can exchange it. Hopefully my warranty is still intact. I can't remember if I bought the 1 or the 2 year. Knowing me, I probably bought the 2 year.
I'm pretty sure you bought the 2 year.
I'm pretty sure I bought the 2 year.
And this will be the second time you brought it in.
Right.
For the warranty.
Right.
Because the first time, and then you have to buy a new warranty every time you do that.
It's kind of like when you buy tires, like they'll exchange your tires, but if you want a new warranty on the new tire, it's the same kind of thing with the drone. You could buy the drone and get the warranty, but the second you exchange it and like get the warranty, then you have to warranty the new item that you just exchanged it for. So it is what it is. But yeah, the drone I have right now that's broken is technically my second one. Because the first one was when I first got it and I flew it into a tree on accident. Yep. There's a lot of trees around here. And essentially the same thing kind of happened this time with Mama V's. Now I'm pretty decent with flying them, but I was standing in a spot like way over here and here's like the roof. And I was flying the drone to kind of do like one of these types of shots. And there was just a couple of branches that I couldn't see. The sun was shining just in the right way. And I didn't see him.
I barely even seen the branch that you ran into.
Yeah.
Itself, and I was on the roof.
I didn't. Like, it was a skinny, tiny
looking at it, I'm all, what did she hit?
She's like, what happened?
What did you hit? Like,
I hit a branch.
You hit something.
I hit a branch, and then it went wee, boom. So I'm gonna try to, after our snap, crackle, and pop, we'll see if I can go and get the exchange. And my phone's been acting up too, so today is probably gonna be a day of getting some upgraded technology. Hopefully, man, please send me your good vibes and your prayers that I still got that warranty for the drone. If I don't, then I might just hold off on buying a new. I'm going to hold off on buying a new one. I'm not going to buy a new one.
I'll see what I can do on fixing it.
Yeah.
But I ain't even messing with it until we find out. The warranty that we do have for that, they've told us, like, as long as you can bring us back as many pieces as you can.
Yeah. Just bring us back all the pieces.
We're like, huh? I was like, okay.
I guess that's how they do it for drones, because sometimes when it goes bad, it goes bad, you know? Yeah. So
that crashed.
Now, I have so much footage from us going over and helping Mama V. I think I only put out like the first 3 days on our channel from all the work that we've done over at Mama V's. And I have another 3 days or so on the back burner that I haven't put out on our channel. And the reason why is because, one, I was waiting for us to be finished with all of the helping hand that we were going to provide. So that way I could put out one thing for y'all and have y'all see it, and there it is. 2, I also want Mama V to put out all of her footage as well first before I go and put any of mine out. And I know that she put out like day 5 yesterday. So again, go check out the video if you guys haven't seen it.
I know when we were talking to her, she's planning on putting out what we did, I believe, on Friday the next week or whatever.
Something like that. So
or this week? Or?
I think it's this week. I think she's planning on putting it out this week.
I'm still confused with the days.
Yeah. So we'll work it in. We'll work it into our content as we're able to, because it is pretty exciting, and I might be able to show you guys the death of the drone, depending on how that footage, if it got corrupted or not when it went down. Sometimes the files will corrupt, but hopefully it didn't, because that's going to be an epic fail. All of a sudden, you guys are all getting it, then all of a sudden, wah! So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, today's going to be awesome, guys. We got to get moving into town. This week, unfortunately, we're expecting storm after storm after storm, so I'm not sure how much work we're going to be able to get done on our cabin decking.
No.
Obviously, we didn't make it. We wanted to have it covered before the end of the month, but it's okay, guys. Everything is in God's timing. No. And we spent our time, I believe, wisely, being able to help out my mom and being able to help out Mama V. And, you know, when things like Gary's garage just rips and shared to shreds, that would have been our deck working day. But, you know, things happen for a reason, and it's A-okay.
Yep.
We're going to be all right.
It was, it's been a crazy couple of weeks, you know, but it's all right. This week itself, we're going to be taking care of a lot of the animal stuff, making sure all the animals are situated and in a nice, you know, point where they can be left alone in a sense for a week. Even though Anthony and Roxanne, thank you guys so much.
Yeah, thank you, Country Road Cure. Love you guys.
Coming and checking on the animals daily and everything like that.
Yep, they're going to house sit for us and make sure that everybody's fed and watered and, you know, not escaping and lonely, or, you know, that everybody's happy and good taken care of. So, but we are going to make it
as easy as possible.
Right.
Because that's all we try to do as much as possible, you know, is try to make our lives easy, and putting our animals on somebody else is not it's never a easy thing, but that's the whole reason why we have, you know,
the shared property,
you know, because when they leave, we take care of their animals, and when we leave, they take care of ours, you know, and it makes it that much nicer, especially when it's like, hey, can you watch our kids for a second, and vice versa? And it's like, it makes life that much easier.
Anthony and Rox help us all the time, and we help Anthony and Rox all the time. I know you guys might not see it on our channels as much, but that doesn't mean that it's not happening. You know, just because you guys don't see it doesn't mean it's not happening. I will try to show you guys a little bit more of that, but you know, sometimes when we're having downtime too, right? Like, you don't record every single second of everything, you know, because then it would just make you crazy. So there's that. Sometimes we just aren't in the mood for recording. And then also, like Gary was going to say, sometimes when you're right in the midst of something,
and you just need that hand, and you need to get it done. It needs to get done, you know, and
you don't always snatch out the camera.
Grab the camera. Like, sort of like me cleaning out my garage, you know.
Yeah.
That needed to get done, and I didn't need to waste my time.
Or you filling that giant hole with the kids this weekend.
Or exactly.
Gary didn't record any of that either.
I didn't record any of it because it's like, that needed to get done, and I'm not, you know. I was like, nah. I don't want to sit here and waste my whole time trying to figure out good angles and moving the camera while I'm working every time, and then the battery dies in the midst of doing it, and it's like... Sometimes filming can be aggravating sometimes. I'm just saying. So it's not...
I enjoy it, but I hear where you're coming from.
It can be aggravating when it's like, you got something to do, you know, and you need to get it done. And it adds a lot more.
But I hear where Gary's coming from. I get it. I get
what I think people understand.
I get it, baby. I get it.
But I love it. I love bringing people along. But
and we try to bring you guys along for as much as we can, right?
There's those days, and there's those times where it's like, I'm going to do a show and tell. I'll show you after, and I'll tell you all about it.
Tell you about it later. Well, it was a great weekend, guys. We had so much family time. We had so much family time. We got a lot of things done that needed to be done, and we got in a nice bit of relaxing. This week is going to be a lot of rain and doom and gloom, unfortunately. So I don't know how much... me and Gary have already talked about it. I don't think we're going to be working on our decking at all this week, just because we have so much other things that need to be done in order for us to be ready to leave this Saturday. So we're going to bring you guys along for all of that other stuff. Gary's actually, I'm not going to spill too many beans, but Gary's actually going to be leaving the state tomorrow.
Yes.
And I'll be home by myself. So you guys can have to figure out all about that later. But yeah, Gary's going to make a quick trip out of state and back tomorrow. So we're going to lose that day. And then, basically Wednesday and Thursday, we need to get some of these other things handled before we leave. And then Friday is essentially like packing and last minute trips to the store and going to bed early because we're going to leave on Saturday. So this week is kind of already spoken for in a way. Today with appointments and trips into town. Tomorrow we'll be going out of state. Wednesday, Thursday with that, and then Friday packing and leaving. So it's kind of like, when would we fit in time to work on it? And especially with the time being so slim with fighting the rain. So I don't know. It is what it is. We're blessed, and I'm not upset with it at all. I know somebody's probably going to say, we wasted our time going over to Mama V's when we should have been working on our stuff, or we wasted our time over helping my mom. But to me, it's not a waste at all. when you have the physical capability and you have the time, and if somebody is in need, then that's what you should do. That's what we're called to do. That's what we're led to do. And by golly, that's what we're going to do.
Exactly.
So I enjoyed it. I thought it was great. I hope that you guys did as well. But it's about that time, friends. We're gonna get running because we do got to get home and get in the car and go to town and do all the things.
Yep. We got to get this day of boogieing.
Yep. But we'll be recording as much as possible, friends, and I'll keep the content coming out. But just so you know, that's pretty much what you can expect from us this week. It's going to be continuing on our daily vlog style content, which thank you guys so much for showing your appreciation and giving us the love and support to continue that, because I really appreciate it. It's really awesome that you guys love to be in our life on the daily, and it's very humbling, and we thank you. You guys are amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah. So we'll be bringing you guys along for all of that content. Stay tuned for a video tomorrow on Simple Life Reclaimed. We'll catch you guys up, and we'll be recording all day today and so on and so forth. New episodes here on Real Talk tomorrow as well. So friends, you guys know the drill. We love y'all, and until the next one, we hope you have a good one.
And we'll catch you on the next one.
Bye, you guys.
Later.